Hey y'all, it's Anime Kim, and today I'm going to be reviewing episode 15 of Fruit Basket. And I gotta say, I found this episode to be relatively interesting because we do find out more information about Shigure, how he actually had a girlfriend in the past, but it was only for like a month, and then that chick broke up with Shigure, who happens to also be this woman be friends with Kana. So I found stuff like that to be relatively interesting at the very least. And I like how this episode gave us more layers when it gets to Hattori, when it mentioned things like he's happy with the amount of happiness he had with Kana in the past and all that kind of jazz. And I found that sequence to be sweet, especially when it led to Ayame saying stuff like he hopes that someday Hattori can be 2,000 times happier than Kana, which is a relatively fascinating scene because it shows you how deep Hattori's bond is with Ayame. If you have someone like Ayame proclaiming that with a good amount of assertiveness, that was really, really sweet. So this episode had a lot of great moments. It gave Ayame characterization to show that not only does he care about Yuki, we knew he cared about Hattori, but this episode quantifies it significantly because animes, when they talk about how much of these characters are best friends, they usually never bother showing it. Here they actually show it. So that's what really makes this episode good. It goes with the whole saying of show, don't tell. And it does that spotlessly. And aside from that, I like how in this episode it deepens tensions between Yuki and Kyo. Because if you really break it down, they're kind of getting more angry at each other and all that. But at the same time, I like how you do get to see at the very least some things they can't agree on in regards to they always go out of the way to try to not make Toru sad, which is kind of adorable sequences here and there too. So I like that, especially when they mention that so there are things just they weren't feeling well and they weren't mad at Toru at all. Those sequences were sweet. And I like how it has some implications as to what's bugging them. With Yuki, I'm just gonna assume maybe he has some kind of regret of not interacting with Toru earlier, because now it's pretty much at this point it's just fucking implying that he was the boy with the hat then that guided Toru back in the past. So that's what I'm assuming. So maybe Yuki's got some resentment there, maybe towards himself. And with Kyo, it's implying the resentment he has for Yuki seems to be stemmed from the fact that Yuki used to have support from other people. Like when he mentioned he used to have piggyback rides and all that kind of jazz. I think he mentioned it was Shigure that gave him piggyback rides, Yuki. So that also implies maybe Kyo has resentment because maybe Kyo as a kid wasn't helped by other people, but Yuki was. So maybe that's why he has resentment towards Yuki. So these elements relatively make the episode really interesting. That it wasn't just all comedy and peaches and cherries. There was some bitter tanginess of the lemon variety. And I thought that's what made this episode good. It made it balanced with comedy and drama. And that's what I thought from a story standpoint, it was great. And from a character standpoint, it was great. We had more characterization for Ayame, Shigure, and Hattori, I gotta say. So that was some impressive stuff too. And we had some character development for Ayame because at the very least he tried to get closer to Yuki even though it was the wrong approach. But it was hilarious to see the man try nonetheless. So that sequence was pretty darn good, I gotta say. Gotta give him my compliments there. And the art animation were nice as always, and the voice performances were good, and I liked the soundtrack in this episode. The placement. And that's why I'm gonna rate this episode an 8 out of 10. I thought it was pretty darn good, y'all. So anyways, everyone, these are my thoughts on Fruit Basket episode 15. Be sure to comment on your thoughts on the episode in the comment section below. Be sure to rate the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later if you come back for more. Alright, bye everyone.